Na and then on bed draw for FA Cup no. Say the Monday.
You ever hold the main show?
Mo team me.
You ever hold main show?
Ese mo bonus at man.
You ever hold main show?
Chelsea needs at man. FA Cup. Go for yasa. Young girl me do. Go. To me share bright.
Hey. And I see a chiska. Start with one as intimacy. So team ya. No my phone abel keeper no chat. Send it by the time you be big credit action is very, very important. So be shown. On Saturday in May, after say Madrid derby ni the front page of Massa has some very nice description of how, depending on the basis of Barcelona match, you know, Spanish La Liga no, will be red hot competitive. And I think say what you see on Saturday now, not Barcelona more match there, but they were already winners of the Saturday conversation. And my in-game analysis and post-match analysis are very, very interesting. Match day 20, and here Barcelona. Now Madrid 46 points, Atletico de Madrid 44, Barcelona 39. Make I say at this point in time, make I say Madrid enya better through say with a 7 points gap, a big ding for anybody to catch them. And the point of view of the analysis were hinged on two things. One, Madrid elbow against teams who may stop one and they find ways to get a win. Whilst on the part of FC Barcelona, on the matches so win, so digging deep, no side results no. They've struggled to get those results in recent times, especially when they played in the Spanish La Liga. You may examples as the Las Palmas match, match, all of them. Now Barca struggle. But between that time and then this time, there has been that Champions League Ramotanda. Barca for Ako away to a Estadio de Dalu. Akonya win or honum. And then they've gotten a 1-0 solitary win. Very, very important win against Deportivo Alaves. In a weekend, Madrid for a dropping points. So it sets the Spanish La Liga ablaze in terms of competitiveness and what you expect from some match, given what was going to go on this week. Madrid call match, and they won 1 pair. We knew that we were up for some very interesting conversation. Of course, the biggest question we had was the Madrid backline. One, inexperienced set of young boys about Madrid the children. And then two, certain players that you don't know experienced now, are comfortable playing at centre back. And the key example was a branch of Chemeni. Of course, Raul Asensio centre back, but inexperienced. Our branch friend of Frank Garcia, also same, inexperienced. And on the other side, Lucas Vasquez played there several times, but not a natural fullback our Madrid team. So that was the first question. And he would say, can Madrid really weather the storm and how is it going to be like? But to be very honest with you, Senena Gabi Kachono, by the blast of the whistle, I was very impressed with Raul Asensio. I think the Madrid players, especially at the back, although they're very young, on the moment, calmness and leadership, and essentially made sure that he brought other players into play in terms of the organization. You got it every time for our branch friend Raul Asensio, and he brought that calmness and fresh air for team my friend FC Real Madrid. My problem, however, was Madrid front three. Which in the first half, you problem for Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, Vinicius Junior again in the Madrid derby. And the big thing, the issue is that Madrid big games are both players want to shine. It will be in the part of the other person. Almost smaller games now, one of them get to understand, okay, my and shiny, that will help me play. In fact, it was in the second half of but quickly into the second half. And I want you to go there and share now. Vinicius Junior from out wide, Mbappe staying centrally, then Jude Bellingham also making it off the ball run. That is when Madrid could get the equalizer, and also Jude Bellingham hitting post. It was something that we could see. We knew that for our there, he was going to play in his regular 4-4-2, pack attack the wide areas and then target Abrantefe Lucas Vasquez like he did early on in the game, and he did it excellently well. But my big problem was that issue of Madrid attack.
Kofi Boy, no penalty.
Penalty.
I disagree.
Penalty, senior. Penalty.
No penalty.
It was a penalty, clear-cut penalty. Orenchimeni Itia wasn't Lino Naso. Utiane Naso. It was clear. It was a penalty. In fact, you know what? When I watched the game, I had a lot of questions about whether it was a penalty or not a penalty. I stayed on and I watched La Liga for no post-match review show. The cameras are very close. Last night again, before I started around 10 p.m., it was a clear penalty.
Kofi say yes, so picture here. Obi didn't drink banana.
Got me a video.
Me some will move video no tour. Na ya phone here phone so much from Madrid because to me there. I think that we need a penalty.
When is Madrid for the biggest disagreement about Sarboy was whether Nenai even can, because there were pictures that came out Nenai and Nenai can, but there was contact and a stamp. Yes, you see a penalty box are there, and the intention is there. Rich, the FIFA laws are clear. Sometimes even for red cards, and it's a player on the crown who can. Once Sarboy now and Ronaldo. What's the name? Sevilla versus Barcelona. There was a tackle on Pedri. Player and I anchor Pedri, but it was deemed a dangerous tackle. In any day, that is a possible red card. But sometimes the referees become lenient. There was contact here in the box, and for me, it was a proper card. I think the highlights you can see. Say possibly my branch friend Orient Chimeni, the 90 and Jeff, the 80 and you could tell say a possible penalty. And I reach on your highlights and I should move on now.
Move on now.
So, like I said, it was after second half.
I don't forget now. Some countries say Kofi Ubu and your penalty bia. Leukemia FIFA. I say the ball has already passed Fifi. I say Sabeno Crown Branton and I be canon. Not born crack.
Oh, it's not bad.
No, that description of Branton and Mandia. Meaning baby or no share in the born in the bat. To me, maybe the somebody I wasn't a penalty.
Okay, I think it's a penalty. I don't say a penalty into a subject.
The intention
the referee on the day says
because he's a defender. All clear ball.
But every defender.
Maybe. And I Branton didn't become also be guache. And to all Bobo, and I Branton in moment nine share. No, which is not a penalty.
Obi ball goalkeeper babe obi so babe clear goalkeeper no so the nine be share one man when you penalty.
This is not a penalty.
Okay, so to is not a penalty. The referee says it's a penalty. We move on. As simple as that. You can. So Sabo, it is clear. So for the very first time in the game, Madrid attackers now began to understand that they need to create spaces for themselves. And equalizer Madrid Jude Bellingham attacking the far post to give space centrally to a branch of friend killing Tony Mbappe, whilst Vinicius Junior was from outside. I think that's the thing. Every time a Madrid Ebebobia and they try to open a space for each other, the goals do come. Obviously, Mbappe Tekano, Emanebeye 1-1 over there for themselves. Right after that, the bigger question was in the next game of Barcelona versus Team Friend Sevilla. Which, let me say something. I think that the most competitive league this season, our Europe and English Premier League. And I'm saying this whilst I'm doing, it's not even the Spanish La Liga. I'm saying this whilst I'm doing the Spanish La Liga analysis because I've been symmetry. Italian Serie A. Second,
competitive.
Yes, most competitive. Second is the Spanish La Liga before the English Premier League. Yes. And I say this several times. Maybe as somebody that pays keen attention to the Italian Serie A, you will not see. Spanish La Liga is more competitive as it stands today than the English Premier League. Super game. When Madrid were going away to the Ramon Sanchez PS1, we all know that Barcelona echo against Sanchez PS1 on the results. I think the game sparked into life for two reasons. One, Hansi Flick starting lineup for the core game in him. The fact that he decided to rest Abrante Feni Pau Kubasi and play a centre back pair of Ronald Arau and Abrante Feni Inigo Martinez was very important. Now, he's playing two centre back pair, so the natural telepathy no enche that any osa. Now, Barcelona went into the game with a simple game plan several times. And Debia, we see it in how Anti-Flick set up the team. The right-hand side weight is kept by Lamine Yamal constantly outright. Left-hand side weight is kept by Bench friend Alejandro Balde. Then Rafinha plays as a second striker with Pedri and a Bench friend Gavi always in the half spaces. And like a Bench friend Frankie de Jong at the base of controlling of the game for team my friend of FC Barcelona. Rich, Barca share first goal in the 40 seconds or so. And a one very good long ball opened up Barca for high line. And again, major match now me can't pretty much set line up now has the flick the center back pair of Arao and Inigo Martinez a issue no. You could see it in that equalizer. Say a Pau Kubasi any Inigo never constantly they are almost near perfect with high line any offside traps. It didn't happen this time because of the small lack of telepathy between Inigo Martinez and your branch friend Ronald Arao and my branch friend Vargas in that equalizer. But from there, Barca really have to come into the game. And Rich, the last time, I say the Madridistas didn't let me even land. You see, and yet, and nobody gets anything for Pedri. Only me. That's the truth. He's a brilliant player. And Mekabim, in every phase of play, every phase, first phase, second phase, final third, everything, Pedri, excellent player. And the system gives him that ability to thrive. And nothing like I say Barca against teams are almost aggressive and they press them and they prevent Pedri from getting time and space on the ball. And I for him to control the games. But now, send a ping a ball to the wide area to Lamine Yamal who cuts back and it was excellent. And Hansi Flick, yeah, baby. At halftime, taking off Gavi because he was too erratic. Who said the game needed calmness and composure. And he Gavi 3. And Femi Lopez, and of course, Femi came on an instant impact getting a goal. And checking a Femi now as a red card. But the impact of a bench Femi Lopez was so important. The game wasn't calling for Casado. He needed a certain Femi in the half space to get in the end of things. And a Femi Lopez, yeah, Jumano, Emma gave no. 2-1 at the time, and then of course Rafinha and Eric Garcia, so they make home. Man, 4 goals to 1 to team friend FC Barcelona. And then Oko on the Spanish La Liga table now. Barca 4 are closing in the gap to just 2 points. Atletico demanded 1 point. In the top 3, just 2 points per and it's a similar story in the Italian Serie A. But also Chelsea for that. Brighton show.
My next game
against Brighton on Friday.
And your league no.
FA Cup. Let's just say a film. Say Liverpool.
I'm a film.
Liverpool film.
Me fixtures be am make as e
Liverpool film and anywhere.
Oh, now o chem dem nkan.
That's a question. Liverpool
film. Me say Andy na tro fixtures be be me ntina ma me busa oza. But tro Chelsea nsu atema ntina me busa oza.
Chelsea nsu atema. E be ebrekum Chelsea. Liverpool film where one. Hello.
Go for anything. Saturday, I'm catching the coffee and fat. Okay. This league number seven.
I want to say
what are you to? Some of my cats are to
and
Brighton team now, I'm sure. Chelsea to me, sure. Now, who never see a no boy?
Yeah, go
on. Mama must say, yeah, promise me, I said, I'm no one to them.
You're crying, Jimmy. You're crying, Jimmy.
United Papa be grandma say na Chelsea mu humani so.
No.
Mumbo ho. Chelsea.
Enzo Mares can start now say Oyado na fi there.
Oh, say they were tonsum. I say and so obo championship.
And the first
the ref is obo Premier League.
The first na we say Oyado na here.
First time. Oh, na so no Oyado, e be so Oyado.
Aveba, idi olusu match just Oyado.
Na say so na Oyado ma.
Order fourth.
Ene ko si say.
But what that say? Who coach Oyado that say?
E coach no Oyado, na e coach Obadabe.
The new Obadabe. Na the way Obadabe.
Nya de ono anya hwe o start pre-season.
Na na uri
ono. And odemo bo.
Ene ko season.
When you whole pre-season. E dey miss season. Yeah, team you can and za granye.
Na just team.
I spend over 1 billion. Untimi share Brighton.
You go to man all got to two team not bench and Obi Anka bia.
You got oboda bia.
Oboda
bia. You say bia was blood here.
Come you go for.
Is it to be Uncle Way, Hey, Chelsea.
Compared to Bob Nine.
Oh, Bob Brighton, we. Now go on, come, go on the mama, on the channel.
Chelsea go.
Now good, only go.
I said very good.
Hey, I'm gonna give him go. As I know, be better than me. Now, I'm to chair.
But
what to be answered in some.
Rich, and then a coach starting the season, Monsieur Yard, after the mini spanky smart.
Based on your result, and the chess all yard there now, yard.
And to me, yard one.
And so back in the championship, as a Lubina, but Premier.
But OJ Champions League, no.
And I could say,
OJ,
that MSF, oh, so much.
OJ,
okay. What I'm
going to say, I'll indulge you. OJ, and now,
OJ.
Exactly.
But about Premier League, you know,
don't rush it. Me time now, because I know. Gina to was a me and be drinking na fi do on ma get.
O time
and so here masa. It time into me so me bo.
O time so.
Senior time no so maybe say question. OJ championship na say wanje. OJ championship. 3 months ago no yard and no yard.
No yard.
No yard.
The as we speak here.
To was oh.
Okay. I will have some question.
Do was it? Afi e ba ne say na fi dey na dey onyade.
Based on the result of Onya.
Results no nyani into onyade.
Now coach there you dey so you coach. Based on result.
Results into see how onyade. Obetimi ayade in future na say we ontimi nyade.
Maeska.
Aye.
Ako mo. Lampard there na bia. Driving license.
Yes, you know, or the that just for start it and other.
Or the Kishi. Kishi.
To was rich.
Agwaro nyade.
Oh, to was it.
Kishi.
Rich, o match na. Match na kan show ni nti Chelsea problem ni atie.
Oh, wrap up and
I mean wrap up.
Okay.
Who say I say Nicolas Jackson e wo ma. Who say oh, Chelsea players need to create chance, but we team convert it. But Ofrima team need to create chances. So match against Brighton. Nobody was getting chances. For me, I think that's a bigger problem than just Enzo Maresca. Issues of players and the kind of players that Chelsea for Nikita. And Edu maybe now Sanyaman Ebab and also Bebo Kupama from right wing. That's why overlap Malo Gusto on the right winger. Once you overlap Malo Gusto from the right hand side, Ubebo in Kuku as a number 10. The off the ball job now becomes difficult for those two players as 10 and a right winger. So I say Bebo Marco Crea will keep you waiting on the left hand side. It means that you push Levi Cole to go and play at LCB. Center back Rafael will be a team on. Levi issues of defending from outside is the big deal. The thing is that they are good players, but the most difficult thing is about finding players that complement each other. I bet him hide the mistakes of other people. I don't think so all of a sudden Enzo Maresca. I mean, a bad form. I expected it.
Right.
On Friday, Omo ball against Brighton game. Or see Nicolas Jackson ebebo, or see Rhys James ebebo. In that team, we expect Chelsea beating Ashe. Oman Ashe Brighton, that's it. Almost freely out of the top 4 there. Then a honor alarm bells to meet him and start charging.
I think of it. That's a pie. That's no pain now. I and the man ready and I just kind of percum. Okay.
Apart from that, Canuze, and Necano, Italian Serie A match for Honum, and a few of the matches for Honum.
Oh, cool,
in the code, Bebe 10 odds get to be a share mounty. So we invest an episode of Kofi Keshima, Obetima for pen or paper, Nina, a betway code, and the Ashishatum code no, Mabo Bama, a 16991C66. 16991C66 and why a coda Inter and Fiorentina but once I catch say Fiorentina she Inter 3-0 on Thursday and then repeat Crystal Palace and so in the FA Cup Turkey games are one of Spanish La Liga Mallorca and of course Portuguese Super League into cool near 16991C66 or BT Rich that is the code
and the Musomunya ready